Silly butts, we back. Let's get it.
You ain't getting the money. You ain't getting the publishing. You ain't getting the respect.
I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life.
The reason I
Mase
say that,
owes me $3 million. That's facts. I got the receipt.
Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name.
We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we about to just drop our R&B stuff.
I broke down, started crying all over the place in the car. I'm sorry.
Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he did.
What it say? It say Biggie Music has supported Puffy and Bad Boy longer than he lived. Wow. Like it or not, facts. What y'all think? Drop some in the comments. To the butt.
His children, because he helped my children.
Yo, I told my he want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts and I sign it. Cause I ain't need the money. All money is good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that.
So I'm sure you know the music industry can't
Say all money ain't good money. That's tough. Basically, you saying everybody that he made sign paperwork end up dying. So that must mean Mase ain't signed no paperwork. That's why he's still alive. He could talk about all of this. Man, I don't know if y'all been checking out It Is What It Is with him and Cam. Man, but they got their little funny little analyst podcast where they talk about sports and stuff that's going on in like the sport community, football, basketball, college stuff like that too. I swear, I subscribe to the channel because, hey, I've always been a huge fan of Cam. Always been a fan of Bad Boy Mase. You feel me? But look, though, hey, man, everything he talking about do sound real suspicious. But I ain't got no comment on it because I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, what y'all think, though? Y'all think something sketchy going on between Diddy and Mase and Bad Boys and all that? I don't know. Drop some in the comments. But let's get back to the video.
I'm sure you know the music industry can't be journeyed alone, even with hard work, and there's always a need for collaboration for both up-and-coming and blown artists. But some just take it too far, and one of them, and possibly the most dangerous, is P. Diddy, also known as Puffy. A lot of rappers have called Diddy out about how he treats his artists, including Busta Rhymes, but he seems to care less and is always ready to defend himself. And then Mase, who was one of the artists in Bad Boy, just had to expose him on how he really treated them back then. And it was so bad that Diddy was actually literally starving his artists. Let's talk about what happened. Welcome to Gay Bible. Make sure to follow our Instagram for live drama and all the last way goss. You see, Mase shocked everyone when he decided to leave Bad Boy to become a pastor at the age of 19. Dang. The decision sparked a lot of dispute because why would a 19-year-old rapper who already conquered the charts suddenly decide to leave it all behind and decide to become a minister? Well, he probably saw something coming for him, but when he was asked, he said he decided he wanted to better his life, and it was more than just making money.
The reason why I decided to start rapping, I just wanted to better my life. I wanted to do something better for my life. Not all the time money is the best thing for your life.
He was able to leave Diddy's label without much hassle, even though he had a long-term contract. Though he never got any royalties for his album, Welcome Back, he still managed to come back 5 years later and then expressed his desire to leave again while on an interview with Puffy.
He came back and left again? That's weird.
He eventually came back again, and this time exposing Diddy, and even went live on Instagram to out him.
I see the hurt and the pains of other people on Bad Boy, that motivates me to say something so I don't be deemed as a person who just made a bunch of money and turned a blind eye.
He also exposed all the unfair treatment they got from Diddy, including getting starved, all in an Instagram post that's now deleted. He said, "Your past business practices has purposely starved your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain the Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label." Dang. He even had an interview where he talked about how he never got paid, even if he was the only one behind all the Bad Boys hit songs.
Beats, you ain't getting the money, you ain't getting the publishing, you ain't getting the respect. And I don't think you're like that.
Anyway, Diddy came out to respond to Mase's accusations and said he never took anything from anyone and that he only gave opportunities.
If you think that I'm a scumbag that would ever steal anything, my name is Diddy. Sean Combs. I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life. All I've ever given is opportunity and more money than a person was making. So when I hear or I see things and I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got on me, like I'm Big Red or something. I came here, I had to open up the doors.
So you saying you don't steal from artists is what you saying?
Never.
He also insinuated that Mase was just looking for someone to blame when he was the one that left the contract.
To a certain point, and the money is running low, you gotta run this hustle to try to find somebody to blame.
He also talked about how he would fight for his reputation and legacy and that he has his own receipts, so his accusers should come with theirs.
Mase thing, I did one album with Mase. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy?
Hey, man, I want to touch on something real quick. Look in the background. Hey, look in the background. I ain't about to be no conspiracy theorist and none of that, man. But look what the book said back there with the one eye on it. With the one eye on it. It say shallow waters. That's what them boys must have been swimming in, man. They must not knew it was down there when they jumped in that water with Diddy. But also the second book. Look at the second book. The second book say state of emergency. Hey, they needed some milk. No, let me stop playing, man. Rest up to whoever was signed to Diddy, ended up losing their life on unfortunate circumstances. Rest in peace to their soul, man. For real, though, man. But I can't say... I used to watch that little Bad Boy show that Diddy used to have on MTV or BET back in the day. I forget which one of them channels it was on. If one of y'all know what channel it was on, man, drop some in the comments. But, man, Diddy used to be talking to them boys crazy. He used to be talking to them crazy. I swear he did. I know I ain't the only one that probably think that. So if you think that too, drop something in the comments. But truth be told, in business, you gotta read them contracts, man. Like, personally, me from personal experience, man, I've been going through it a lot lately. Like, just listening to someone's word, taking their word for something, don't always mean that they got your best interest. People can tell you that they got your best interest all day, every day, but not really have your best interest at heart. I would say I agree with Diddy when he say he gave people opportunities and stuff like that, but once you hit fame without money, it puts your life in jeopardy. People want to exploit you and take advantage of you because they now think you are a face that's been on social media, which is what we got now. But back then, that was on videos, or music videos, and in the vlogs or in the blogs, probably what they was called back then, the blogs and the journals and the magazines. They can't just go back outside and do the same hustle that they was doing before. And you never know. What if they was never really that deep in the streets too? Like, what if they wasn't even like the type of people that was even in the streets hustling, doing them type of things that people had did to make money on that level? Maybe they were just regular people that worked regular jobs and they had talents. And they could sing. They had good. They could make beats. So they was good. They knew rhythms and stuff like that. They can put that together. They was good writers and stuff like that. So they pursued that passion. But overall, in general, though, I do gotta say that Diddy probably really didn't do anything wrong in his eyes. If any of this is true, 'cause I'm not picking no sides here. I am a fan of Mase more than I am a fan of Diddy. But Diddy is a legend in the hip hop culture, so I'm not about to down talk his name either. But in the business world, you gotta read them contracts. It's even artists that's coming out to this day, right now, that even speak on how they didn't read the contracts. They just signed it fast. They took the money and they had some fun with it. But maybe when the money started getting low and they go back to say, oh man, I should have this and I should have that. Which, you spent that money, that's on you. But I should have this and I should have that. In the contract, it don't say you should have this and you should have that. It don't say that. It never did. So, that's on you. It's just unfortunate that people didn't really take reading, comprehension, just education overall in general seriously to the point where they just take the time and listen and just read over stuff. But when you hanging out with people every day and y'all saying y'all got love for each other and y'all are doing things where it do seem like y'all got love for each other too, you wouldn't think that that person would mess you over. But from personal experience, telling y'all from personal experience, man, them people will mess you over faster than you can blink. And it's sad though. And I do appreciate Mase even speaking up on his circumstances and his situation, just to back everybody else, I guess, situations as well, because he felt the same way. Don't let people go through situations and you've been through it and not speak up on it. You know what I call that? You know what that is? That's called enabling. You're just as guilty as the bad guy if you turn the cheek and look away. So what if you're scared or whatever the case may be? But y'all know this. When y'all always going to this, the government talk. The people voices outweigh those small people of multitude. They may have the money, they may have the power, but they can't just come and just do whatever they want to the people. It's too many of y'all. They gotta switch it up in order to make themselves not seem like the bad guy. And unfortunately, it went this long in the game for people to start speaking up on it, where whose side can we pick? We can't pick nobody's side. We can just sit back and listen to y'all and say that's messed up. But that's sad though. It really is sad though. But I do appreciate Mase. Shout out to Mase though for him bouncing back and showing y'all that, you feel me, he's one of God's chosen people. Straight up. Because if he was put through something like that and he bounced back, that was only one reason why. He had God with him. Straight up. And Diddy got God with him too, because he wouldn't be this successful. He wouldn't be this successful. The man probably was just a better reader, writer, and businessman. So it's a shady game out here in the world, y'all, man. Protect yourselves, man. For real, it's a shady game out here. Everybody ain't got your best interest. But let's finish the video off. I ain't about to talk y'all head off. If you ain't subscribed to my channel and you like this type of content, I'm about to get back into doing these videos again. I've been on a binge with Larry Bird lately. Big fan of Larry Bird now, man. Big fan, man. But anyways, that ain't got nothing to do with this. Sleep.
One album, and then he became a fake pastor and went and con people, and then y'all gonna let him throw dirt on the God's name? I wrote each and every one, and each and everybody, and anybody could come and step up. Bring your receipts. But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us, and I'm also do a little fighting back for me. You know what I'm saying? So
how much money does, and I'm just throwing this out, how much money does somebody like a Mase owe you? Because the reason I say that,
Mase owes me $3 million. That's facts. I got the receipt.
Second album, you gave him money to do second album, never delivered.
Did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go back and forth with Mase. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with nobody.
It actually became
$3 million
somehow funny when Diddy
I'm going back and
said,
forth with
thing. You know, I did one album with Mase. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy?
I mean, so you do owe him something. And what's worse, he went as far as calling Mase a fake pastor that owes him $3 million.
That's what I was thinking.
And then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people. And then y'all gonna let him throw dirt on the God's name? I wrote each and every one, and each and everybody, and anybody could come and step up. Bring your receipts. But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us. And I'm also doing a little fighting back for me. Mase owes me $3 million. That's facts. I got the receipt.
Mase got really pissed because Diddy talked about coming out with receipts. He said they were all in his mother's name, and now a lot of the others were already dead. So how were they going to get receipts?
This nigga told me he want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing. Because I ain't need the money.
Mase really had a lot of guts coming out to talk to Puffy, especially as a minister. Possibly because he lost some friends too to Diddy's shady dealings. Him and Biggie were quite close.
Puff never wanted to be around Big. Because Big gave me all the game. Big told me how to get money. Big told me how to set up my contract.
Okay.
So I gotta give it up. So one day, I gotta do something crazy for his children because he helped my children.
Big Biggie died in Los Angeles in the 90s, and I really hope you can remember that Jaguar Wright has called Diddy out, claiming he had a hand in Biggie's death and has been using Biggie's name even though he's been dead for over 20 years now.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. Wow. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy, his catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse, very valuable.
Painfully, it seems Puffy could care less about what anybody has to say. He's practically one of the most lavish pop stars anyone knows. And if you still don't know what to make of these stories, let's talk about Craig. Craig Mack was one of the first singers with the Bad Boy label. He first had an opportunity with Diddy at Uptown Records, but Diddy was fired, so everything fell through. But when he started Bad Boy Records, he invited Craig, so Puffy practically built his career and brought him down in a few years. In an interview Diddy had with Biggie and Craig, Diddy was caught lying on camera when he said Craig's second album was to come out soon, and that was not true. And Craig himself was visibly shocked in that video.
Yeah, true.
Cool. So like Puffy, what's coming up in the immediate future for the Bad Boy
I love this question.
We got Big's wife dropping,
No
Faith
doubt.
Evans Wallace, she's dropping.
Soon.
We also have some B-sides and some other different projects. We have Big's new album that's gonna be dropping in like September, Life After Death. I'm sure you got much things in store for my man. Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we about to just drop our R&B stuff.
The Puff Daddy album.
Biggie died not long after this interview, and Craig died of a heart failure in 2018. But in what is called the unseen interview of Craig, he talked about how Diddy exploited him. They had an agreement that Diddy would pay in thirds as he shoots the songs, but Diddy defaulted when Craig confronted him. He threatened him to finish the song. Craig was so frustrated that he thought about killing him, and while in his sister's car one day, he held his gun out thinking about it. Turned on the radio to listen to pop music, but Christian music was on instead, so he burst out into tears, saying he was even sorry for thinking about it.
I was like, I'm frustrated. I really need your advice and your love right now. Flipping around the radio station, 660 AM or FM, one of them stations where the Supreme team used to be on. Early in the morning, and the dudes from Hempstead would have that joints blasting, you know, so I was looking for that. And when I turned the station, all this gospel music came on, and it was this song I've never heard before in my life ever, but I knew that it was God talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way it made me feel emotionally. I broke down, started crying all over the place in the car, and I'm sorry. I was thinking about trying to do this to somebody, because it was really in my heart to kill him.
Years later, it seemed Diddy and Craig had settled because Craig was seen in one of Bad Boy's videos. He also thought he would sign a new album with them, but unsurprisingly, it never happened. Shine also has his own stories, but unlike Mase, he and Puffy are on good terms. Though he is into politics too, there's still a lot more to talk about regarding the other artists that were in the Bad Boy label that Mase could be fighting for, including Biggie's ex-wife Faith Evans, who people actually believe know something about Biggie's death, like this person who said, "I seriously don't believe Faith Evans had anything to do with Biggie's murder, but I think she has a clue of who did it, and maybe she's being quiet about it for her safety and for her children's safety as well." At this point, people just agree that Diddy got his wealth by holding on to others, especially those that work for him. Or do you think there's any possibility that Diddy could be clean, just like he claimed?
Man, them enablers, man, I swear, man, them enablers, man, y'all are just as bad as the bad guy. Speak up, man. I mean, you gonna take it to your deathbed with you? I don't know, man. I don't know how the higher up gonna look at that, man. Like, you ain't do nothing about that, you know? You ain't settled that debt before you came up here with me? Like, for real, like, that's tough, man. That's tough. But like the dude said, man, he felt like Diddy exploited him. I just touched on that. People are getting exploited out here, man. Straight up. Gotta read them contracts. You gotta know what you're signing up for. I just feel so bad for anybody that ever got taken advantage of. Because I know how I feel to be taken advantage of. And it don't feel good. It don't feel good when everybody looking at you like, you feel me? Like, what you talking about is just false, delusional, fake, unreal. You tripping. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. And there be people in the background that know a lot about everything that's going on and won't speak up on it. And unfortunately, until after you die. After you die. Like, that's tough. But I don't pick sides. I've never been the type of guy to pick sides. I've always thought P. Diddy was a great businessman, and he had a few catchy songs that I rocked out to. But when you listen to this and you already been through it, I'm not gonna say that Mase and what the old girl named Miss Wright was talking about is false, man. They entitled to their opinion too. And if it's them people against one person, then I don't know. I'm kind of leaning over here with it, but I'm not about to say I'm over there with it. I'm just like, I'm kind of looking that way, like, man, speak up a little louder. You know what I mean? Like, speak up a little louder. But hopefully they settle their debts. It's plenty of money out here for everybody to make, especially when you savvy in business like P. Diddy. And put them on game, bro. Put them on game. That's it. I mean, what more can what? Put them on game. Make the money back together. Nip the beef in the butt. And call it a day. Silly butts. But it's your boy DtaeNoDinero, and I'm out. Peace. Let's get it.